Welcome to Escaping Purgatory, a podcast where we rewatch Supernatural, then talk it through in the hopes that we can finally escape this show.
Join us each week, leave comments on upcoming episodes, and together we can escape Supernatural Purgatory.
Hi!
Hello.
So we're on a bit of a detour this week because in season 5 there's a whole web series from the Ghostfacers. So we thought we'd just do... It's not long enough to really do a whole episode, and it's not interesting enough to do like a whole thing. So we're just like, let's shove it in the like mid-season.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched it. Do you know what? I don't think I've ever watched this. I was watching it thinking, I don't think I've actually ever watched this.
Me too, but like it's so predictable.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But it was just like, I've seen this before though.
I will say there was one bit that made me actually jump, but it's my fault because I wasn't paying enough attention to the TV. You know? I was like, ah.
Yeah. I also wasn't paying that much attention.
It's so bad. We're like, oh, you're doing this whole episode and this thing. No, I didn't pay that much attention to it. Like, it was kind of bad.
Yeah, like it just... I think I have a problem with... Harry and Ed are funny. Like they have some good one-liners, but their whole attitude is kind of... It's just gross. Right?
Yeah, I think that's it.
And it is on top of like Spruce as well, who's even worse than they are.
Yeah. This would not pass the like 2020s vibe check. Like it's
no.
They would get cancelled for this. Some of this is bad. So I'll be honest, some of this is real bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this whole thing is 10 web episodes, as they call it. They're about 2 to 3 minutes each. They're pretty short.
Did you not watch the 11th one then?
What was the 11th one?
With Cass?
I didn't see that one.
Oh, it's only 2 minutes long. Do you want me to link it to you?
But there's actually 11 because there's the one where, like the best one, which is the only one I didn't see until like just now.
Yeah.
Of them meeting. Like I knew that was the one that I've seen before.
Yeah, yeah.
And not these 10 other ones. And I guess we can just go through the story of this.
Yeah.
So they have done some research. They're in LA still trying to find ghosts.
Yeah.
And Maggie, who's basically the Sam
it's true, yeah.
Their group has found a potential haunting in the Grand Showcase theater in LA. And they have a new intern named Dave. Yeah. But then another intern interviews called Amber with a Y.
Yeah.
And Dave gets kicked out and Amber gets brought on because she's attractive and she's got a low cut top.
Yeah. That's essentially it.
That's it. So the ghost that they're trying to find is Janet something. I've forgotten what her name was. Janet Martin.
Yeah.
Myers. Janet Myers.
Yeah.
And I say Martin because that's the person in the Hunter in the next episode.
Oh, yes.
Janet Myers. And she auditioned for a part in a movie. She got the part, but then her jealous ex-husband came and like killed her in front of a mirror and made her watch.
Yeah.
So they go to the Grand Showcase theater. I want to keep calling it a hotel, but it's definitely not.
Yeah, it feels like it should be a hotel. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I think it's just the name, like the Grand
Yeah.
Showcase. I don't know. I think also maybe the Grand Budapest Hotel is what kind of comes to mind.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, the name. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they go set up everything in the main theater area. They do an EMF sweep. They all kind of divide off.
Still haven't learned that lesson.
Yeah, no, obviously not. And in the projection room, and it's Spruce, Maggie, and Harry. Some stuff starts to happen, so they switch to thermal cameras, and they see like a spot get like all cold.
Yeah, that's right.
But then they also look into the mirror, and this is a bit that made me jump.
Oh.
Is when they were like, Spruce is looking through the mirror, and like she just appears.
Yeah, there are a couple of bits like that with like weird mirror appearances. I just don't like them. No thanks.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah. Exactly. The camera then like fits and fizzles and cracks up. Then they all come back together because obviously they're screaming and whatnot. So they all come back together. And like I said, because Maggie is so this is the episode CSI Maggie.
Oh yeah.
She's the one who figures basically everything out. They like make reference to Bloody Mary because it's the mirrors that are holding her spirit.
Yeah, I noticed they say it like 2 times, and then you're just like kind of waiting for the third one. But it's like, wait, they already killed Bloody Mary, so it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
So in this universe, you can't play Bloody Mary anymore because it's like, it's done. The Winchesters already killed her.
Yeah. But like different versions of her can appear. Case in point.
Oh yeah, true.
They also make a reference to the Carver Edlund book.
They do, which like makes me think that they haven't told Maggie or Spruce about the Winchesters, because I think Maggie brings it up.
But they've met them.
Oh yeah.
In the last episode that they're together, it's all 5 of them plus, well, the intern is different Corbett.
Wait, then so how? Okay. No, that's real dumb. Because like, then it's like, oh, did you not equate the 2 monster hunters that you met called Sam and Dean to the 2 monster hunters in the book called Sam and Dean? And think, hey, this is kind of weird that they have the same names and they do the same job as those guys we know. Just to say it like casually like that. Like, oh yeah, I found this in this like fantasy novel by Carver Edlund.
So are you saying that what are you saying?
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's dumb that they made this reference. I understand why they did, but also like, why is it so casual? And then in the episode where they meet Cass, he has one of the books with him, and they're like, "Oh my god, a book with us in it!" And I'm thinking, like, why are you surprised? Because you've clearly read the Carver Edlund books.
Or is this an exclusive? Because, yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's kind of, like, I thought it was fun. Originally I didn't really put much thought into it. I just thought it was funny. So, but it doesn't really make sense that they would reference the Carver Edlund book.
No, it doesn't make sense at all. They just wanted to put it in to like reference it along with some other things, you know. And this one real didn't make sense. I thought about it after, and I was like, just don't make that reference, because it just makes people ask questions. Yeah, like me.
So they all again split off to unveil a whole bunch of mirrors because they figure she's going to be in a mirror. So they're not trying to hunt ghosts at this point. They're just literally trying to get a ghost on camera.
Yeah,
that's all they want to do. So as they go around, Ed eventually gets attacked by Janet and gets like a cut on his arm, and he's all like, he tries to then be all macho in the next episode when Amber's like bandaging him up, and they're like, everybody else is ready to go because they've captured the ghosts on film, but they're not going to leave. They're going to destroy the ghost because that's what they have to do.
Yeah.
They figure it's, you know, on their ghost hunting knowledge, it doesn't necessarily have to be something that like body material or like physical material. It could be on film because Spruce is Jewish and part Cherokee, which does not excuse what he does in this.
It's so bad.
It's really, really awful. Like, he does some sort of fake ritual, shall we say?
Yeah.
Where he's doing like Native American chanting. I say that in quotation marks because it's clearly not.
Yeah, it's like, you know, early Hollywood, like, depiction.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
So, and then but the stupid thing is that they basically salt and burn the film.
Yeah, and he, like, makes this whole deal of, like, I did it right, and then they just salt and burn it. But, like, I don't understand, again, why they try and do this whole weird ritual thing, other than it's kind of a strange joke, because they know, right, about salting and burning.
Yeah.
Like, they know this.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
They all again they come together and separate like a whole bunch of different times.
Yeah.
And it's kind of not clear why they keep doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But Amber is down in the basement now, and she's like talking with Ed through the camera and the like walkie-talkies as well. And she starts to like, I don't know, put on a show, I guess.
Yeah.
And then Janet appears behind her and like starts cutting her up, and Ed can see all of this, so he goes and runs to try and help her and tells them to like start breaking all the mirrors.
Yeah.
To destroy the ghost, and eventually they do. And she like the way that they did it, that she like the ghost itself like shatters is kind of cool.
That was kind of cool. Yeah, that was kind of pretty good actually.
And then Ed quits the Ghostfacers. He says, "I don't want to be the Spinal Tap of dead interns." As well. That's a very good line.
I quite enjoyed that.
It's then sometime later, 6 weeks later, and the Ghostfacers have disbanded. Spruce is LARPing, and again, it's really bad.
Yeah, it's so insensitive. Just like, yeah.
Yeah, it's no. And Ed is working in a pizza place, and they go back to Ed to try and convince him, and basically give the Winchester speech of like, if we don't do anything, then everyone will die.
I did like the bit where he's like, if we hadn't got rid of that ghost, like, how many people would have died? And he's like, hundreds, like thousands. That's quite good.
And it convinces Ed, and they have another, like, how they do their intros in like a fireplace on these high back chairs, wing back chairs, and it's like, come back for another Ghostfacers, and that was the end.
Yeah. So that actual like main story, I don't know, like the way it was shot was quite good. It had like very like Blair Witch Project kind of feels, I guess. The story was fine. There was just so many things in it that just like are not acceptable today that it's like really cringy to watch. And yeah. I'm not surprised like no one mentions it anymore, you know?
Yeah, like it definitely feels, for being filmed in 2009, it feels very 2003.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Totally. Yeah.
It's very, very strange that it's this kind of humor, this kind of like insensitivity to culture. You know, the only thing that's missing is like gay jokes.
I mean, yeah, but they do mention like that, you know, the poor gay intern like several times, and Ed's got like a little shrine to him, which actually I thought was quite sweet.
Yeah, and they like, before they leave, they like pray to him kind of thing. Or they like touch the frame or something. I don't remember exactly.
And like, Amber as a character is, the thing is like they show her all through the episodes as being like kind of an airhead or whatever, and like kind of real shallow and a bit vapid. And then at the end they're like, oh, why did you want to be an intern? And she like, answers really sincerely. It's like really sweet. So I'm like, okay, but like why couldn't she have been a fully fleshed out character from the beginning. Like, why have you got a retrospect to be like, haha, you were laughing at the stupid girl, but actually she's like really sincere.
I know.
It, right?
Yeah. And if anything, like make her a psychic or something. Just the way, because she's talking about how like she wanted to communicate with her grandma, whatever it was.
Well, yeah, because they were kind of hinting that she might be as well, because they're like, oh, I think she's got the shining. Mm-hmm. But then that didn't really go anywhere. I don't know. I was looking forward to watching this, and then I was like quite disappointed. I think that's what it was.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like, had it not had these really dumb jokes in it, it would have been fine.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. Like, it didn't. It hasn't aged well. I think
not
let's just say that.
Yeah.
There are some bits in it that are really funny. Like there's some one-liners between usually like Ed and Harry that are pretty funny, and they should have just left it at that, really.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about the main story. Some of the effects were cool, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the most important bit, I guess, was the 11th episode, where they're kind of like planning their next excursion, and they're planning to go to York, which is quite funny because it is quite a haunted city. That's York in the UK, I imagine. Because they said Europe, so...
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Fun fact, that if we ever go to York together, we'll have to go here. There's like this little shop there that sells little like ghost figurines, and they're all different, and you're supposed to like wander around the shop until you feel a ghost that like calls to you, and then you pick that ghost, and then when you buy it, it has like, they have like a little train, the train brings you your ghost. It's super amazing. Cute. I know, it's always really busy there, like it's like a queue like around the block to get in. Also in York you can buy some of the best food. It's like a giant Yorkshire pudding, and then you put like the meat and the vegetables and the gravy in, and then you wrap it up like a Yorkshire pudding, like burrito.
Why have we never gone to these places?
I know, right? I need to go get one. It's called a Yorkie wrap, and like I really need one.
So I was going to say, on top of that being in Europe, that's this kind of explaining where they would have gone for the apocalypse and why they're not in any of the episodes, because we've said this before, the apocalypse only happens in America, it doesn't happen to the rest of the world.
That's true, it's an American apocalypse. That's totally true. And so so Cass appears to give them a prophecy that they are prophesized to witness the apocalypse, but they're literally never mentioned again, right?
No. They don't make an appearance again until like season 10.
I feel like they should have referenced this. Like, oh yeah, we witnessed the apocalypse, but like how? What did you do? What happened? Like, wouldn't it have been really funny if like we're getting a really serious scene in like Swan Song, and then suddenly like Ed and Harry are just like there, like we were prophesized to be here. Maybe they were there like hiding behind one of the like gravestones or something. I mean, the best thing about that is Misha, obviously,
yeah.
But I do think them running through the house away from him is also hilarious. Like, I don't know why that's so funny, but it's really funny.
It is.
And his face, he does the romance novel lean on the doorframe.
What's also really funny is that Misha looks really tall.
Yeah, for once. I need to watch Gotham Knights because he's like acting with a bunch of like, they're all younger actors, right? Mm-hmm. So I feel like, oh, maybe for once he'll be the tallest. Does Harvey Dent disappear like a giant in that series? Because
I think so, yeah.
When did this is such an obscure reference, and I'm sorry for people who don't understand it. When did Misha's beef with William Shatner start? And was it surrounding this episode? Like, was this before or after? I have no idea. I'm trying to remember. For those who don't, oh God, I got to try and delve back. I'm sure someone's written a wiki article about it somewhere, but I'm trying to delve back. I think basically what happened was, because Shatner likes to start stuff on Twitter. He just does.
Of course.
Yeah. Is that William Shatner caught wind of Gish Wish when it was still Gish Wish and was like, oh, basically, what if I joined up with a team? Could I win? And Misha was like, yeah, you could legitimately win if you actually did it properly. So I think then he joined. But then since then, he gave Misha a crap. And I don't know if they're I don't know if there was some kind of uneasy alliance between them and now it's not there anymore. I don't know. It's weird. The relationship between them is weird. But that's what I mean. There's there's a signed photo frame of William Shatner in the garage and Cass smashed it with a hammer. They're he shattered my Shatner. And I'm just wondering where in the Misha Shatner drama this episode comes.
Maybe it's what started it. Maybe.
And also, at this point, does anybody care? I just wondered. I did play the year that William Shatner played Gish. Actually, I do remember. Yeah. I think he took it vaguely seriously as well. Which makes it weirder. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. The lore is out there. Go do your own research, and then you can message us saying, "So get this."
You can be the Sam of our little group here.
Yeah, we need one. So yeah, that's the best bit. If you're going to go back and watch any of these webisodes, that's a hard word to say. Webisode. Go watch the Cass one when he declares her profits. But then it's never followed up on or mentioned again, so you can also wipe it from your mind. It never happened.
I guess if you want to see Cass without the God filter.
Yeah.
Or Chuck filter.
I mean, he does look quite hot in this episode, so he, even though he's not really lit that well, proving the point that maybe God puts a filter on episodes of Supernatural to make him not look as good as he actually looks. Yeah,
maybe.
Jealousy. That's what it is.
Absolutely.
Chuck, why are you so jealous of Cass? What's going on? Yeah.
So, yeah. That was this episode, really. There's not really much else to say. We just thought we'd do a little side bit.
Yeah. Tell us what you think. Would you have liked to have seen more of the Ghostfacers? Or would you have liked to have seen less of the Ghostfacers?
Judging on this episode, I would say less.
I would say less too, yeah.
The individual characters, I would have liked to... I would have liked to have seen Maggie become an actual hunter.
Yeah, because she seemed into it, the lore and doing stuff. And Ed and Harry are just in it for fame and fortune, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
Whereas, Maggie actually seemed legitimately like she was enjoying herself. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised they never all got just killed off really tragically.
I thought that's what happens when they come back. I don't
think they die. Oh, maybe I'm wrong now. Get any guessing?
I'm pretty sure Ed dies.
No, they don't kill off. No, they don't kill off Ed.
So Ed almost dies. He doesn't actually die.
Yeah. And that's it. That's the last time we see them, apart from in the
same time we see them, but then they're sort of mentioned later on.
Yeah. But
so we don't see them again until season 9. I was wrong. I thought it was season 10, but it's season 9.
Would they have been in Roadhouse Heaven? Would Dean know who they were?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I mean, probably not, right?
No. I'm who are you guys? I don't remember you. I mean, thing is, I like the idea. I do like the idea of the Ghostfacers. I thought it was a pretty neat idea, and they kind of did it as well with that guy from Rod.
Oh, Ronnie.
Ronnie, yeah, a similar idea, right? Ronnie, but he does die. So I would have liked to see more of them over the seasons, because there are some bits in Supernatural where it gets like real dark, right? And I think one of the filler episodes would have been fun to have like Ghostfacers, but I feel like they didn't know what else to do with their characters, because Thin Man, which as you said is in season 9, is very similar to the other Ghostfacers episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, what do they keep? Like, do they keep doing the same format of them finding some? Like, I almost want to see them like become successful ghost hunters.
Yeah, like actually get a show. Like,
yeah, or like, you know, they have some sort of character development, so they are less like fame hungry, and actually, well, then they just turn into hunters, don't they? So maybe not.
I mean, they've got this footage on camera now that prove ghosts exist. Like, I would like to see them actually become absolute charlatans and become really famous ghost hunters, like faking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know, through some series of events, Sam and Dean end up disproving the fact that, like, the ghosts that they're looking at are actually real because they were faking them all along, even though they know they are actually real. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Someone write an episode, but like, yeah, I know. It's a little bit wasted, I guess, but at the same time, I do understand why they didn't really do anything else with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a shame. But, yeah. So, yeah. No, they're not worth watching again. I was about to say, yeah, go watch them if you want to.
No, just watch the one with Cass. That's the only one you need to see.
Yeah. That's pretty much my thought on it. Nice little short episode for you guys this week. So yeah, well, our podcast art is by Pixelagora, so thank you to him. And if you'd like to buy our logo on anything, you can find it on Redbubble. And come and discuss the Ghostfacers with us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr. We are Escaping Purgatory Podcast, except on Twitter where we're Escaping Podcast. So yeah, come say hi. And face those ghosts.
So on this little detour, we bumped into a little ghost, smashed a few mirrors, and hopefully we don't have bad luck for the next 7 years.
Bye. Bye.